Today on The Express, we explore the world of board sports. Skateboard. I call this a banana
On today's
board
show,
back in the day, but they're a little
we
bit
take a
different
look
now,
at
aren't
board sports to keep you having fun for the summer.
they? Pretend I'm going here now.
And it's your chance to get the experience of being on Everest.
What people do before they climb Mount Everest.
A lot of people wanted to be in the film. It wasn't a problem finding subjects.
Canine work such as detection for explosives, narcotics.
We meet some canines that can sniff out almost anything.
Shepherds are brilliant, they're agile, they're fast.
Simply put, we wanted something fairly bright, and we wanted
And later we take a look at a dream home owned by an award-winning interior designer.
white marble pebbles that are encrusted in a resin.
See that and much more from Second Wave Surf, Skate and Board Shop today on The Express.
Hello and welcome to The Express, here from Second Wave Surf, Skate and Board Shop in North Vancouver. My name is Peter Verge, filling in for Johanna Ward, and today we promise not to leave you feeling bored. We're going to take a look at all the newest and latest board sports to keep you in shape and having fun for the summer. Skateboards have gone kind of full circle. They started out with the old school kind of style. They went into this. This is what I used to ride when I was younger, and now they're kind of going back into that with the new longboards. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
For sure. There's kind of a lot of these retro boards are coming back, so a lot of people would recognize this from growing up, like as their first skateboard, like Vision Gator type thing. But we'll get bigger wheels, kind of bigger trucks, more of a cruiser board. And then you have longboards, of course. This is sort of like what your first type of longboard would have been. A few years back, but longboards have kind of come a long way in the same way as well, where you're going to get with the same type of big wheels, so they cruise nice and fast, and the wider trucks, so they still cruise nice, but they're sort of shorter, just a lot easier for kids to carry around and kind of fit in their lockers.
This was my very first skateboard. I called this a banana board back in the day, but they're a little bit different now, aren't they?
Yeah, a couple guys out of Australia kind of remade what everybody comes into the store because we have them in our window display there. Can't believe how many of these things we've sold. So again, they're kind of like longboards with the bigger wheels and the faster bearings and everything.
All right, so we've gone from skateboards to surfboards. Now let's talk a little bit about the different sizes and what you have here.
All right, for surfboards, you can start up like at our smallest, goes up bigger. For people that are starting or whatever, the bigger the board, the easier you're going to find it. As you progress, especially if you're just starting or if you don't get out there that often because it's a bit of a mission to get out to Tofino, you just want to get a board that's a little bit bigger.
My first time trying to surf, I thought, oh no big deal, I'll try one of the small boards, and it didn't go very well, I'll just say that. I don't think I got up at all. I went onto the bigger board and a little bit more successful, so. It's time to learn about stand-up paddleboarding, but I'm clearly not dressed for the occasion, so Leslie, who's the manager here, is going to help me pick something out. All right, so now I'm dressed for the occasion. Neil, what do you think about my outfit?
It's pretty good.
I'm standing on a stand-up paddleboard, which has become hugely popular in the last few years.
Definitely a sport that has just blown up over the last few years. You can do it in a lot of people in Hawaii and whatever would be doing it in waves, but around here you just get on flat water paddle, go out for a couple hours on a nice calm day. If you want to go out in the winter, you put on a wetsuit. You can it's a year-round activity, and it's just made for living around here.
Or be a tough guy and go out like this in the winter, like I'm about to do here.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm just gonna pretend I'm going here now. Now I'm here in North Vancouver, and Tim Chung isn't too far away on the North Shore as well with this week's edition of Dream Homes. Celine Petra is an award-winning interior designer with over 25 years experience. Now, her work can be seen across Canada, and today she was kind enough to let us into her own home.
West Vancouver, it's a city with some serious green in more ways than one. From the designer boutiques and posh restaurants to the million-dollar views of Vancouver's skyline, West Vancouver isn't your typical suburb, especially in the neighborhood of Lower Caulfield, where we'll check out one among a group of homes designed by famed architect Arthur Erickson. It's a modern palace high up in the trees.
You don't see any fences, there's absolutely no divisions between the houses, while we all gain an awful lot of privacy. So really, when we're here, we really feel we're in a house in the trees and all by ourselves.
Built in the 1980s, this beautiful 3,700 square foot home is the result of years of renovations by interior designer Celine Petre, who bought the home with her husband. Today, only the basic layout remains the same.
And everything's been gutted and redone actually to a more contemporary feel actually, which we think the house suits very well.
Just take a look at the living room, which features custom cherry hardwood cabinetry for storage and much more.
The approach to refinishing the rooms are really in terms of hiding things. So trying to come up with a design that was really simple and flush and hidden.
Like the completely incognito bar with its cherry shelves and stainless steel countertop.
Simply put, we wanted something fairly bright, and we wanted a fair amount of storage while being readily accessible, so you don't have to open a bunch of doors and get it.
The rest of the room is stylishly decorated with local artwork, a one-of-a-kind oak coffee table, and this magnificent piece of glass by Markian Olenek.
Glows. It's amazing. It adds light all by itself.
Into the kitchen, which is covered with more elegant cherry hardwood, matte black granite, and stainless steel. It's contemporary yet exceptionally functional, especially when there's two cooks in the kitchen.
The space is designed so the two of us can actually work in tandem and not get in one another's ways too much.
Moving downstairs, we head into Celine's piece de resistance, the totally remodeled bathroom, which once looked like this. But now it boasts a unique dual shower enclosure,
White marble pebbles that are encrusted in a resin,
dual sinks for him and her, and this luxurious soaker tub with magnificent views of the towering trees just outside.
To sit in the tub and have the view of the outside that is so calming again, I mean, it's a real treat.
But the best view is out here in the spacious patio built literally on the side of a mountain. Celine and her husband spent years landscaping to expose the beautiful rock and roots of old-growth trees so that they can be truly immersed in their natural surroundings.
We're busy people, we're under stress at the office on a regular basis. This is real seclusion.
Well, there you have it, a designer's dream home that's the perfect balance between form and function. I'm your host, Tim Chung, and join me next time on Dream Homes.
Now, if you like what you saw in Celine's home and you want a little inspiration of your own, you can visit her blog at celineinteriors.com/blog. Now, stay with us. We've got much more to come, including this week's segment at the Space Center.
Still to come, a film that explores the Mount Everest Base Camp.
And it was the darkest place I've ever been to in my life.
Checking out laser light and the speed of light.
And we use this basically to illustrate the power of light.
The Express, only on Shaw TV.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.